And welcome back to Hancock and Kelley. A bombshell. Former President Donald Trump says he expects to be arrested in the days to come. Of course, this comes as the presidential hopefuls in the Republican Party, they are lining up to challenge him in 2024. Mr. Trump, still, of course, the front runner among those presidential hopefuls. Nikki Haley, his former UN ambassador under Trump, says she's running for the nomination, and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis clearly testing the waters. But now a huge new wrinkle, a possible indictment of Mr. Trump in connection with an investigation by the Manhattan District Attorney over an alleged hush money scheme involving adult film actress Stormy Daniels. John, your thoughts?
Well, a lot here.
Lots to unpack.
Lots to unpack. Number one, this is a campaign finance violation. It's the almost same kind of charge that John Edwards, the Democratic vice presidential nominee in 2004, was charged when he used campaign dollars to pay off his mistress and child during that campaign cycle. He was found not guilty by a court. I think this particular prosecution is going to seem for Republicans extremely political, and I don't know that it's the best way. Look, there are some serious charges about Donald Trump out there. This really isn't one of them, and I think it's regrettable that this is where they're choosing to go and indict him. Now, I remember a time, Elliot, back in my youth, when if a politician had sex with a porn star and then paid her off, that usually was the end of the politician's career. But those times have changed.
Of course, a lot has rolled off of Mr. Trump's back over the course of the years. Mike, your thoughts about all this, and how does it shake up the race?
Well, I'm going to get to that, but John's exactly right. In the past, it would have done that, and in the past, Republicans, they were very supportive of the prosecution of John Edwards. He had his moment in court. The same thing should happen with Donald Trump here. You know, the Republican Party used to be the party of law and order. They wanted to hold people accountable. Now they're telling us to look the other ways as it relates to laws, to this special messed up deity that they have in their own heads. What this does for the political campaign, I think it probably puts a shot of adrenaline into Donald Trump's campaign with his base. Remember, this is about winning a Republican primary right now. These are folks who organized an insurrection over our Capitol. They care about nothing other than winning and about Donald Trump, and they're going to do whatever they can. John's exactly right, though. The case in Georgia is serious and is real, and the president should be held accountable for this. I'm afraid that this is going to color both of these things, and we're going to turn it into a witch hunt conversation.
All right. Does it make it harder for him to get elected president, though, again?
Well, it makes it, he's going to have a hard time in November regardless of 24. I think this makes it easier for him to secure the nomination. I really do.
All right. Thanks, Sean. Final thoughts next. First, though, here is a look from drone fogs of construction at Barnes Jewish Hospital on a foggy day. We'll see you in a moment.